Uh, Good morning. Welcome to weekly forecast of Nifty top 10 stocks and major indexes. Today we are going to discuss about the top 10 stocks of Nifty, along with the indexes like gold, silver, crude, Nifty, Bank Nifty, and USDINR and crude oil. Okay, we'll begin with the gold. It's daily chart. I am moving to the hourly. Okay. So this is a present structure. As in the earlier week, we discussed this, like at least it will be going to 80% of the total move because this was looking like A, B, and simple C structure. We can see clearly that is a high of 1853 or something. So I told here it may come to the level of 1850 or 1860, then it may come down. So now the overall structure is like the ABC kind of a structure. This is like a A now, this is a B, which is presently going on as a C. So we may see a little bit downside in case of gold for the next week. So we may see downside and overall structure. If I see in the daily wise, so what the structure it is making like a triangle. Okay, that's fine. Heading here, and there is one more chart. Right, so it may come to the level of 1763 or 1780 for gold. And internal waves, if I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so it may do like some consolidation, or if it comes a little bit higher, then fine, it may go one more down for the level of 1760. Now in case of gold, look for the sell setup, not to buy for the next week. So silver, maybe the similar structure as told here earlier, like it will be going to go for the trend line. So beautifully it went from the level of 23 to 24 and 24.40. We were expecting it to touch at least the trend line and upper border of the trend line. So it has done and reversed from there. So I'm extending this to a little bit and the top trend line to kind of track. So now if it is going down, it will be test the level of 21 once again like this, or if it may come a little bit up and then come down. So okay, so this happens. So if it is going below the 22 USD, then look for the sell. If it is going inside the structure and going above the 22.80, then we may get some 60% or 38% retracement according to the this move, like this structure, like 61% or 50%, it may retrace, then go down. So if it is going below the 22, then look for downside for the 21 and even for the downside. Okay. Crude oil. So earlier said it will be going to go for the higher side. Maybe I said 85 or 86 if I remember that. So this will be the structure which earlier discussed, like at least it will be going to go for 80, 88. Earlier high was 85 was the key level. Now it has upper side. So I'm just editing the trend line and managing the trend line. Now it is the structure. I have one more trend line I'll add. So if you want to learn how you need to learn this technique of trend lines, a beautiful trend line, this works trend lines beautifully, because if you see this, always the trend line works. So if you want to know more about this in a videos of mine, there is a video like how to draw the trend line rightly. So I add that videos link in the description also, you can access later. Okay, now in case of crude oil, so it may go one more up before it can go any further up or further down. That will be to the level of 91 or 92. So in case of crude oil, it is going to go for higher side, or if it may come downside and make the structure of triangle here, there is one more possibility like this and may fall. But there is a chances of this to go higher is high, and consolidation is little low because this is earlier moment. But if I see this overall structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or some structure, but it will be ending here. So look for the buy, not for the sell. But if it is going slower form, it may make a structure that of the triangle or like a diameter kind of this. Okay. USDINR. So earlier said like here, if it is consolidating and go down, or if it is going below, it will be going down. So now it is consolidating, so it may go to the level of 50% or 61%. But if you see the overall structure, it is a faster, fast compared to the which we predicted earlier, like a slower, right? So that will be obvious for the downside, but here it is little bit curvy. If I see this, this is a faster movement, and again this is like a W pattern. So we may see here, and possibly we may go upside, but there is a one more chance, like against to this, I'm adding the time. So if it is going not going in time, so we may change our mind from buying to sell or wait for the sell opportunity. So there is a time here. If it is going again like this, so to the 80% or even to the 100%, so we may see one more down before it can go any further up or further down. Okay, or structure of the diamond shape, or maybe the flat, or maybe the triangle shape here. So it may go little up to the 75 76, then it may come down to the 74. So look for the buy as of now, but when its structure changes, please do change your patterns or position to sell aside. Okay, Bitcoin, yeah, earlier said, like here there is a structure, it may come to the downside. Yeah, see, it is added. So if it is going a little bit down also, there is a good opportunity for buy in case of Bitcoin, because it is not going to go very low. Maybe 29 also fine, but if you invest here and if it is going for the 70,000, that will be the 300% is a return. Maybe from the level of 30 also, if it is going 70, that is like 200% return. So 200% or wrong? Maybe right. No, sorry. From the level of 30,000, if you are getting, and if it is doing 70, it is 100%. So just over excited, because this pattern is brilliantly working, because it is on the line. See, and if it is like coming a little bit down, that's fine, and may go to the level of 72 once again. So look for the buy, not for the sell in case of Bitcoin, for the hourly daily chart. And for the hourly, probably it may come a little bit down, kind of a structure, and go one more upside. So look for the buy, not for the sell. Use this opportunity for buy purpose, not to sell. Okay. Individual stocks now. Before that, we will do Nifty and Bank Nifty. Nifty. There is. Okay, so this was the move which was expected, but not the faster way. But here, when like literally, I'm thinking like here, we were thinking like if it is going upsides, when it fall, because this ray was like upper movement was a faster compared to this slower movement. If you see the time here, right, huge gap, because in 50% of the time, it went almost 80% of the previous move, right? The 80% of the previous move, it went in just 50% of the time. So you need to consider the both the price action and the time. That will give you amazing hints like where the market can head. But you can see here at the 50%, you can see the trend line here. If I add to this, there is a break of trend line, right? And here, if I consider this as a low and this as a earlier trend line, so this was the classical, a very classical break. You can see here, this candle has given the signal of sell here whenever it crossed the level and close was below that, and this was a hint like it is going to go down. But we don't know it will fall to this much, because the movement was faster. I thought at least it will be going to go for at least like a 61% or something, or 38%, 50 to 38% was expected fall, maybe to this level, that is a 17,400 or 17,600. But in a short period of the time, it went down. So now I need to consider this as a main trend, and this is the against trend. Now the time is again like a crucial thing here. So I add this like from the top, it went down. Sorry, from here I need to add to this top, right? So there is a huge time left, maybe to the level of 16th Feb, okay, half of the month. So if it is going downside again, it may come down and go down to, because if I add the channel here, we may go and touch the level of 16,200. There is a one scene, or like as you see the upside, so we may spend some time also here. There is a possibility like this, like this, like this, like this. If it is does, like a 61% or maybe the 50% of this, that will be considered as a and B, and will be going for the C. There is a one possible structure. Or else what will happen if it is like a faster one, it may go first to the upside, then down, then up, then down. Maybe the structure of the triangle or a diametric, then it may go one. There is a two possible scenario in case of Nifty now, and that depends upon how it behaves, in next week or two. Okay, there is a two possible structure I am adding here, like this. If it is going consolidation here, so that will be the sign of this is doing the A, B, and C kind of a structure, that will be hitting down one more time. Okay, so that will be touching here. Or if it is a faster, like I'll change the color to yellow. So if it is a faster retracement for the upside, let's say, so it may go up, then down, then up, then down, because that possible structure that was maybe doing the triangle, and we will be seeing one more. There is a two scenarios right now, and there is a one more third scenario, or third possibilities as per the present running structure. So if it is going down and faster way, that will be considered as like ABC, and this will be going even down. Okay, this is like a green. This is a one more possibility, because if I see that compared to this will be like A, B, and C kind of structure, and this is the three possible structure. One, if it is going faster to the downside, we will be heading towards 16,300 or 16,400. If it is consolidating, then we may see later downside, not right now. Or if it is going faster, we won't be seeing any downside moment in case of Nifty. Okay, so earlier structure what we discussed is like this whole pattern was doing E. Okay, this is like a E, this is a E, and this is a F, and which is presently going for the G. So whether the G ends here or whether it will do G here, means kind of this structure and go, that depends. But after G there is a correction, or if it has to cross the downside, it needs to cross before 16th of Feb. So 16th of Feb will be deciding factor, like whether G ends here or G comes and ends there. Okay, I think you are getting the structure what I'm talking right now. Okay, and for the next week we can possibly like depend on the how it behaves. Example, like how the structure breaks or consolidate, that depends how it goes. Okay, that's fine. And Bank Nifty, so in case of Bank Nifty, there is a similar structure. Here it is consolidating, we may see one up and one down, one up possibly, because against to this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, there is a faster retracement, so it may do 80% or a consolidation here. That is again a triangular structure possible. After that, it will be going again for the ABC kind of a structure. So in case of Bank Nifty, it is looking more buy than Nifty. Okay, individual stocks now I'll go quickly. So earlier we said like here it may go one up, but it went down. So now what is the possible structure? I'm removing everything and just adding the structure. So we may see downside, or above this one can look for the buy setup. That is from the level of 2551, and we may see one more downside, or we may see this. So as of now, you can look for the buy above the 2551 and sell only below 2450. Below this will be the sell, and above this will be the buy. HDFC Bank. This is a good structure. We earlier thought like here it will come and go and down, but the overall trend still remains for me is a buy, because if I see this is a complete strength for the buy. Here it is a slower form of the sell, right? So after that it may go one more up to compensate this, I mean complete this structure. So here I am in case of HDFC Bank, I'm looking for the buy, not for the sell. So buy above 1488, or if it is coming below this, that is for the 1437 with a limited or very low risk. When it is moving inside, we may see for the buy opportunity in case of HDFC Bank. Hindustan Unilever, earlier said we may go that side. but it did not go. It went down. Now, what is the possible structure? Here is a like a strong structure, I can say, for the down. Then it is consolidating. So we may see here, or we may see little bit continuation to the downside. So I suggest stay in a sell for 2175 or 2190 in case of this scenario, and buy only about 2343. Okay, only buy above this, or else keep for the sell towards us 2190. ICICI Bank structurally hasn't changed much, so we'll be going towards the upside. If it is coming a little bit down also, that's fine. But again, we will be seeing one more up for the level of 870 or something. So look for the buy setup, not to sell in case of ICICI Bank. Infosys, yeah, as earlier said, like here the structure of the diamond trick or a diamond shape. So it will be doing the A, B, C kind. Now it has changed the structure. I'm removing everything now, and it has broken the this channel 2. So I'm staying in a sell mode for the time being, maybe towards 1590 or 1534. This will be the zone. May go like a little downside, or if it is going a little bit up, also use that opportunity for the sell. So look for the sell case in case of Infosys, not to buy until and unless it crosses the level of 1800 or change. ITC, okay, structurally hasn't changed much. Again, this will be standing up. Buy against this, there is a slow correction. This I will, if I'm like, if you are a regular visitor of my site or my weekly forecast videos, you can know what this structure is doing, like a simple A, B, C kind of a structure. So look for buy, because it is a slower in time, it is faster in time, so it may do the structure of this kind. Okay, kotak, so stay in a buy here. You can see similarly the similar structure, a similar structure. You can see here a faster movement and the slower downside and one more up. So now it will be matching to this. So look for buy. So not to sell. Look for buy for at least 2100 or 2000 in case of kotak, not to sell. L&T. Now you can guess here what can be the possible structure here. You can see here it's a slower from a upper side and one down, right? A, B, and C kind. Super. So here you can look for the sell, not for the buy. So here it may consolidate here a little bit, and if whenever it spends more time here, this will be a more confirmed downside movement for the 1800. So look for sell, not to buy in case of L&T. Reliance. So earlier said it may go one up before it can go any further down. So that has happened. Now the overall structure, I'm just removing everything now. If I see this as a whole pattern, ABC, now this is a kind of a triangle or expanding triangle. So we may see one down before it can go any further up or further down. So that depends how it behaves here. So the overall structure, if it is happens or if it happens, so we may see one and B and C. Or if it is going upside, that will be again a consolidation and fall. For the Reliance, so for the time being, we need to stay in a sell, not to buy. Okay, that's fine. And TCS, the similar structure, beautifully done. You can see here, I said 100% or 110%, it is going downside. So we may see one down, that is for the 33 or 3400. So look for the sell. This overall structure will be like a triangle or a flat or triangle. So look for sell as of now, not to buy in case of this. And Bajaj Finance, finally, similarly, brilliantly done. See, I suggested like here it is the top, and if it is going not going upside, it will be going one down before it can go any further up. So here I'll be doing one more time down before it can go any further up. So this whole structure will be like expanding triangle or a triangle. So as of now, look for the sell, and once it cross the level and cross your trend line and given a two-stage confirmation, you already know, I hope. If it is going up, then you can look for the buy spot. This is for the next week. I hope this video will help you for the taking your decisions. This video is only made for the educational purpose, so please do take your experts advice before making any trading or investing decisions. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care, guys. Bye bye. If any doubt, you can leave in our group, or you can type down. So I will be replying you on the time whenever the time permits. Thank you. Thanks a lot.